So it is very important that we given that kind of space, So also, a few things that I want to say about, the documentation that is happening is that quite often I'm finding that the child is made to pose and then document. I think as far as possible, we should not interfere at all. Let them do what they feel like, and let us very sensitively document them. Let us not make them our subject of study in that manner. Of course, we are observing them. We want to learn who they are, but don't make them too aware of what is happening. We are doing that mainly because that I think there is something something has not something has something has gone wrong with our understanding of children, especially with the modern notions about what a child is. Because modern notion, especially the Western notion, is that children are quite helpless and they need to be helped. But that, if you look at their whole context, that's the way they look at, whether they are looking at, so that is, then it's years of, mental makeup, which has made them feel that everybody other than them is weaker to them. So they want to, help them out. They want to civilize people. They want to educate people. They want to develop people. So it's a continuation of that. So they also want to develop children. But if you actually, look at any biological being, this helplessness is not at all part of their biological makeup. Of course, there is a stage of growing up. There's a stage of acquiring certain skills. But even for that, the child is given, given the capacity to for developing that. So that is the main thing. So I would like to, because 2-3 things that I want to say here from the things that you had sent me already. One is on drawing. You see, drawing is very important to understand that, of course, drawing is not as natural as playing. Please, when I'm using the word playing, what I'm telling is recreating experiences. So don't mistake it as modern play, understanding of modern play. When I say play, it is about recreating of experiences. What they have seen, they are recreating. So children naturally are equipped to recreate experiences in 3-dimensional, realm. So they would remake a house, they will remake whatever, whatever they have experienced, they will remake it. So, but in the drawing thing, if you actually initiate drawing, see, another one mistake that we think is that drawing has to do with art. Please remove this idea from our head. It is not art. Almost every child, when they are given something to mark, they will start scribbling and start doing something, and so this is really not about doing very good art. It's really about what, if you actually observe what children are drawing naturally, not after teaching. After teaching, they are misdirected. If you don't teach anything, if you allow children to just draw, don't give them color or anything. Just give them one, maybe a chalk, maybe a pencil, just one thing. You'll find that all their drawings are in some sense about recreating experiences in the 2-dimensional realm. So drawing is a form of a cognitive activity. And if you see, drawing is a very, very complicated act, which a child can easily do, unlike us adults. When we start drawing, we'll find it very difficult. But when a child, because the child doesn't anytime feel anything is difficult, you can sit in front of the child and ask the child, can you draw me? They will easily do it. Because the idea that they can't do has not entered their head. And don't do it. Don't ever enter, don't ever teach the child, don't ever convince your child that they cannot draw. We do it very, very unknowingly. I'm not telling you anything we are doing is consciously. But by unconscious manner, we are discouraging children in many ways. So drawing, if a child is So the child will draw the face very easily, and you will see that within 2-3 years they will be able to draw you almost exactly as you look like. See, a 4-year, 5-year, 6-year-old child has not yet acquired that skill, but by 7th, 8th year anybody would be able to do that, because drawing, actually what drawing does, if you don't interfere with the real, interfere with them, drawing enables proper observation. I mean, every activity is a result of observation, experience and observation. All experiences, like for example, when children are creating house, it is their experience which they have observed, they are recreating. They are recreating a doctor or a teacher after they have gone through that, observed it, and then recreated it. So drawing is very much an act of recreation of their observation, and each time they draw, each time they redraw, they are again and again recollecting what they have observed. And once that habit gets established, their sense of observation will increase like anything. And all learning is fundamentally rooted in observation. Observation means a total presence of, of what is happening. So that is why one, allow children to do whatever they feel like, both in terms of activities and in terms of drawing. So any activity that you think is not independently designed by children, art is not really good for children, because learning, one very important thing about learning is that that self-initiative must not be killed. Self-initiative means doing what they like to do. That is a very important thing. So once you create a space, and then our job is to, without disturbing them, observe them. Because we have really never observed children that keenly. So once you observe them, you will find that they are absolutely creative, they are imaginative, and they are intelligent. Because these three combinations are very important. Then other very important thing that I want to tell you is that, see, creativity is something that can only happen when you are encountering the unknown. Creativity is not something what you know. In that realm, there is no creativity. Creativity happens when you are encountering what you don't know. So that is a important condition that the life is already giving you. But what schools do, or what modern parenting does, is to all the time give them something, tasks, and then asking them to do that. So that I think is the and of course, imagination is also part and parcel of their system. So one thing that we must understand is that we don't have to give anything extra for the development. What we need to do is to be more sensitive and allow things to happen, rather than you making you helping them to do things. That help is not really required. What is required is creating a certain kind of condition.